Hi, welcome back. We are excited to learn a little bit more about another one of our amazing female leaders here in our profession, another Women to Watch honoree, Lauren Zeigler, who is a director at RSNF. Lauren, thanks for joining us and getting to learn a little bit more about you. Lauren, you were been at RSNF how many years now?
It is a little bit over a year and a half. I came to RSF through an acquisition, so I was with
Oh,
my previous firm for 10 years.
okay, wow. So you've got quite a career already in public accounting. But what accomplishment would you say you are most proud of in that career journey thus far?
I think the thing that I'm most proud of is the impact that I've been able to have as a mentor and a leader, not just developing people's technical skills, but fostering integrity, communication, and confidence in others. Whether it's guiding a team through a complex engagement or helping a colleague navigate a career decision, I strive to lead with clarity and empathy.
I think that's so important. And for someone that went through an acquisition too, and merging on to into a new firm, and I'm sure that was, part of that leadership too, helping your colleagues that are merging into it and getting to know other colleagues. So
Right.
I'm sure you played a huge role in that as well.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So you talk about how important it is, and how much you have enjoyed being a mentor to others, but is there someone, or maybe it's a group of people that really have been a significant mentor or role model in your career?
I think, I guess the most impactful person to my career and someone that I consider a mentor is actually a client of mine.
Okay.
He's widely recognized and influential in the Baltimore area. Um, but despite his public stature, he consistently takes time to express gratitude and appreciation for not only the work I do, but everyone. I could be a staff accountant that I'm working with that he meets one time and he's like, make sure you say, you know, thank you to that person, or make sure that you're reaching out to them and letting them know that I appreciate their time as well. And just share like a little story about him that just always stuck with me. I once traveled to another client with him that he also advises. Um, on a plane, and he sat next to an army veteran. And by the end of the flight, it wasn't a long flight, it was like a 2 or 3 hour flight. And by the end of the flight, he had arranged tickets to an upcoming event for the person. He gifted him signed copies of his books. He knew about this person's life and everything that had to do with it. So it's his way and his ability to see and honor people beyond their roles or the circumstances is what has really stuck with me. In addition to him just being a high level person, but still taking the time out of his day to recognize the people that are just starting in their careers or trying to figure it out.
What a cool example to be able to see that, and to have someone recognize the influence that they can have on others and then take advantage of that to really serve and like delight people. Surprise and delight came to mind when you were like
Mhm.
that soldier had no idea when they
Yeah,
sat down in that seat. So what a cool experience for you to be able to witness that and then to learn from that. And then how do you, in your role as you become more influential as a leader, be able to do that as well? That's really neat.
yeah, right.
As you've seen the profession evolve, right? Over a decade in the profession and how you've seen things change, the technology, just the demands from clients, all of these things. How would you describe, or what kind of advice, I guess, would you give a young person that's really just now entering the profession? It's such a dynamic and changing profession. What advice would you give?
Yeah, I mean, I think right now, like our major focus is automation, AI, technology. So to speak to that a little bit,
Hmm.
I think though it's reshaping some of the traditional roles, and it even though technical skills are still essential, the ability to interpret data, communicate insights, and lead with ethics is what always has set this profession apart. So I think even though we'll have changes and things may be done and executed differently because of technology and I think the underlying piece of this profession is those things. And so my advice to someone who's just getting into this career is to stay curious, embrace change, never underestimate the power of relationships and your soft skills.
Absolutely. Yeah. We think of this profession so much as a technical profession, and there's certainly a whole lot of technical aspects to it, and they're table stakes, right? But there's soft skills, and at the end of the day, it is a relationship profession, right? And just your story before about how a client impacted you, is just an example of that great relationship profession. So we have been on a journey, to really look at the impact that our profession has, to really change the narrative and, talk about that relationship aspect, talk about the soft skills, and really promote the profession, especially to the next generation, as one that is impactful, purposeful, and really, upholds a lot in our economy and society broadly. What would you say really drives you? What's the impact that really or purpose that really drives you in your work?
Purpose is to elevate trust and transparency in financial leadership. I believe that when we lead with integrity and clarity, we empower organizations to make better decisions and build stronger communities. That why motivates me to mentor others, advocate for ethical standards, and support initiatives that modernize and humanize our profession.
I love that. Modernize and humanize. Like they don't have to be conflicting ideas, right?
Hmm.
The idea that,
Right,
technology can be used to actually make our profession more human, right?
right.
Like I love that. That's a great way to put that. So, Lauren, for you, what does a leader mean? Like finish the sentence. Being a leader means
For me, being a leader means creating space for others to grow, succeed, and feel valued while still staying accountable to my own vision and purpose.
absolutely. So, you know, allowing them to grow, but recognizing even as a leader, you're still growing and
Right.
maybe you have a purpose and a unique value and thing that you're working towards as well, right? Like I love that continuous learning, continuous growing, both as a
Mhm.
leader. Like it's not we become a leader and now we've arrived. And so now we just give to others or we mentor to others. We actually are on that process still. It's a continuous evolving process. So MACPA, it's crazy to say, but it's going to turn 125 next year. We were founded in 1901. We were the third state to have a CPA license, so in 1901, so 125 years. And so we've been asking in these interviews as well, just what it means to you to be part of a profession, right? To be part of a community, to not just have a job or even a career, but to be part of a greater kind of profession and professional community. What does it mean to you? What does that look like in your career?
I think that, broadly, the human experience is so much about shared experiences, and this industry can be really tough. And so to be part of a community or a profession where other people, you can't obviously share, like my client, Jim Smith, made $2 million and now I have to figure out, you can't share that, but to be able to share your experience with other people and have them experiencing the same things and overcoming the same challenges is what's been really valuable to me.
Yeah, that's such a great point. A lot of times just having somebody that like gets it, right? Like
Right,
it's, the day before the deadline and you're both struggling and you understand each other. You speak that same language, and you
right.
can learn from one another, learn from the
Mhm.
challenges or mistakes that other people have gone through. So that is, at the end of the day, we are a people profession and it's about relationships both externally and how they impact the work, but also, internally and how we work with each other. It's my favorite part of the profession is the people, and I'm sure it
Yeah,
is for
yeah.
you as well. Awesome. Well, Lauren, it was great to talk to you a little bit, and I can't wait to see you in, gosh, just over a month. So it'll be September 17th at Women to Watch Awards, and we look forward to seeing you there and celebrating you and all you've accomplished and celebrating our other, I think, 10 other honorees. So thanks so much, Lauren.